Hello everybody, today's video is brought to you by the most persistent brand partner we've ever worked with, Wash and Go. When I think back to the first phone call I had with Mr. Wash and Go, I even said, why are you so persistent in getting me involved as an ambassador for Wash and Go? Do you know what they said? They said, because you embody everything our brand's about. And I thought, you're with it. You know what you're on about it. You're a brand about the town. Because when I think about Wash and Go, I think 2 in 1. And when I think about myself, which isn't very often, but when I do think about it, I think, yes, 2 in 1. Presenter, international sex symbol. I also find that Wash and Go is extremely fast and efficient as a brand to use. And, well, that's me as well. Just ask Mrs. Goldbridge. You know, there's nothing I can't do too quickly. And on top of that, when I think about Twitter, I think, well, effectively, in a very watered down version, most people are replying to me saying Wash and Goldbridge. So when I think about it, it really is a no-brainer. Mark Goldbridge, Wash and Go. A match like no other. Enjoy the clip.
That's it.
This is it's, you know, I try and put myself in the hands of in the head of an Arsenal fan. I'd just be fuming with individual twats. But I don't know whether they do that, though, because, you know, when I listen to, and I don't anymore, but when I used to listen to these Arsenal fans giving it the big one, one, I don't think they've got a bloody clue about football. I think their football analysis is crap. I think mainly it's just shout. I've not heard an Arsenal fan before that I've gone, ooh, and I have. I know a few Arsenal fans who are brilliant, but you know what? Like we're streaming here, so you know who all the Arsenal people are, and I just don't think any of them really have got any football knowledge. It's just noise. And what also I find frustrating is that I know that they like certain players because those players interact with them on social media. And I mean, look, let's take the case of Aubameyang for a start. He looks like he hasn't given a shit since he had that new contract. He just doesn't put a shift in. I know it's not his fault. He's had no service, but he's running around. It doesn't look like he gives a shit. Leno, they all love Leno. He's wank. He's a German Jordan Pickford, you know, and Pickford he did all right in the Euros, I'll admit, but I wouldn't want him in my goal. Who's another one that's a fan favourite that they never want to have a go at? Like they Tierney. Yeah, I mean, there's always an excuse for him. He's not, you know, for me, he ain't good enough. Yeah, they talk about him being better than Robertson. You're having a bloody laugh.
Chambers, Holding. You could go through them all, to be fair. And the only one I give any sympathy for is Saka and Emil Rowe. They're the only ones that I've got any real time for because, you know, they're trying to get Arsenal out of this mess that the last generation has caused.
I respect an Arsenal fan who would sit there, like I'm going to sit here, and I'm not an Arsenal fan, and say, at the end of the day, look, how can you put that on the manager? He puts a team out. He's probably been training with them all week. Leno's got wrists I mean, as I said, as a man, how can you have wrists like that? What were you doing in your teens? You've then got centre-backs who, they look like they're wearing Timberland boots full of cement. Like they've got you know, not just their jumping, their general movement is awful. They're like an injured elephant. They've got no movement. They've got no dexterity. They've got no agility. And Xhaka, I mean, what's he supposed to do? You know, they should have sold him. Who makes the decision around that? Because I think they did want to sell him because I'm sure they were looking at somebody else and then they weren't selling him. So that's probably on the sporting director, like you say, Edu. They just, you know, if I'm the manager there, I'm like, God, it doesn't rain, it pours, doesn't it? Because to be honest with you, I think the players are, it's not like he can pick Van Dijk or Varane. He hasn't got those sort of players.
It's all right, Mark. Just down the road at Richmond FC, we've got Ted Lasso. You know, phone call in there. He could come in, save the day.
You know what? I respect Arsenal fans. I know some of them, but these ones who just start going, you know, you've got some of these players on speed dial, and that's why you don't bloody go in on them. That performance there from every single Arsenal player is abysmal. And if you respect your shirt as an Arsenal fan, then you should demand more from the people who wear it and stop hiding behind a manager. A manager is a manager. It's one man. Those players are shit. Their attitude is shit. And they'll still be there if you change your manager. And they were still there under Emery. So all this, I'll tell you now, I've played football, I've coached football, I've watched football. Most of those goals are not on coaching. They are on individual ineptitude. And that has been the problem at Arsenal before Arteta, and it'll be the same after him. But you know what? Kick your laptop, throw something across the room. The reality is you don't know football and you're shouting for the wrong things. And also, this is what you deserve, because you went after Wenger. You went after Wenger because he wasn't winning you the league. You are fed up of fighting for fourth. We're fed up of being in the fourth place. We're fed up of being knocked out of the Champions League in the first knockout round. The only European trip you're going to go on is if you go on a bloody Eurostar to Paris. That's your only chance. You're not even in Europe now. You're Brexit FC. You're out. Brexit means Brexit. You forced Emery out. He's gone and won the bloody Euros. Not the Euros, the bloody Europa League. Switch on. If you're an Arsenal fan, switch on and start having a pop at these players that you protect. Stop going at the players you don't like, because Bellerin ain't even bloody playing. Look at the attitude. Look at the team. They should be doing a lot more for your shirt.
Let me put it like this. If that was a Manchester United, a Liverpool, or a Chelsea dressing room at halftime, 3, 4, 5 lads would be standing up there screaming. They would be calling players out. They'd be singling out attitudes. I can't imagine. I'd imagine that Arsenal dressing room is fairly quiet at halftime.
Probably not. Do I think Conte's the man for that job? No. Do I think Zidane's the man for that job? No. You know what I think you need at that place? Somebody with a bit of bloody common sense at the top of the club. I said this before with United. Like, if you have, we've all done jobs in our life, most of us have, and the reality is, if your boss makes it acceptable to be shit and not good at your job, then you will be shit and not good at your job. It starts at the top. And in football, just as we were talking about Liverpool, Chelsea and Man City are brilliant because their owners are ruthless. If you finish second, you're probably going to get the sack. At United, if you finish fourth, you can have a 3-year deal. That's how it works. At Arsenal, I don't know. You can finish 8th twice in a row. We can spend over £100 million on. I don't even know what they spent the money on. I think Odegaard's a good player. Ben White for 50 million. Couldn't believe it. Ramsdale, what's the point? And the other lads, I don't know. I don't even know what their bloody names are. I've got no idea. But they've spent
Tavares and Lukaku or something like that, isn't it?
Tavares, yeah, that's the other one as well. But yeah, I think it's. I think they're just a bloody mess. But to be honest with you, we expected they were going to lose, Craig. I just think it's the fashion in which they've lost it again is massively disappointing if you're an Arsenal fan. And I've watched a lot of Arsenal over the last 5-6 years, and I've said it before, and we said it last week. I just think their vocal fans do them no favors at all, because they focus in on the wrong thing. They focus in on changing the manager because it's simple. It's change the manager. Then I never see any depth in what Arsenal fans are saying, but publicly, it's just noise. It's loud noise, it's aggression, and it's like, but they'll never say anything against some of these players. They'll never say anything against some of them because they're their favourites. And that straight away. Look, for me as a United fan, nothing's off. Nothing's off the record. If Bruno has a shit game, he's my favourite player, he's going to get it. If Ronaldo has a shit game, he's a legend, he's going to get it. He's going to get an honest, he was shit today. I don't see that from Arsenal, and I don't see that in general. And I think this is why they keep going round in circles, because they won't face up to the real issues, which are, you can change your manager, but certain players, he's not the problem today, but since Aubameyang's got that contract, he's done an Ozil. He's on huge money, and he's not delivered. It's been a year.
Can't wait for the documentary. Can't wait for the Amazon Prime show.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
That genuinely is going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, it's meant to be a big season for Arsenal. They've got no European football. They've got no points after 3 games. They've got no goal in the Premier League in August yet. But Leno's another one. They all love Leno. Look at that. Look at the wrist there.
That is.
What's he been doing with his wrist as a teenager? That's the third time
Why
I've
is
said
he
that.
pushing up instead of forward with his hand? Oh, look, here's look. There was a hand to the face, but was it 6 of one, half a dozen of the other? I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly harsh here. Look, bit of hands off on both of them.
Oh, I reckon there's enough. I think VAR should have called that out. You know?
Let's put it this way, Mark. I think that would be given as a penalty if it was the other way around.
Look, Arsenal haven't done much right, but that should not have been a goal. The second one, looking at it there. But again, we are being a bit put off by slow-mo, which I don't like. I don't like slow-mos. But it looks to me like he pushes right across his nose quite violently. So
what he has done as well there is he's given up, the defender. I mean, but whether he could have carried on, tracked the run and tried to make the tackle. Yes, okay.
Well, Van Dijk's not going to go down, is he? Van Dijk's not going to go down.
No,
and that's the failure there, because that to me looked like it could have been a foul on the second goal. But it hasn't been given. So you've gone down clutching your face and it's not been given. You know for a fact that Van Dijk wouldn't. Yeah, it is the red.
Look at that. Come on. He's sideways.
Yeah.
He turns his body into it. Watch this. Look at that. Oh, come on. That is. I tell you what, I'm getting up off. I'm throwing digs if he does that to me.